Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Glad to have you aboard here this afternoon as we recap game number 3. Looking forward to game number 4. And my goodness, we are already at game number 4 of this series between the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. Of course, it's been a tumultuous run you over series so far. The winning team in every game has scored at least 6 goals in the victory, which again, for the Oilers this season, that is a true testament to the special night that was last night in Game 3, because the Oilers haven't really had that high-powered offense to maybe the degree they had the year before so far through 90-plus games this year. So nice to see a 7-goal margin there for the Oilers in terms of getting pucks past goaltenders and empty net lines of the LA Kings. Problem is they also gave up several goals last night, although in a winning effort, Calvin Pickard stops enough pucks to win. Still not enough pucks probably to win in LA, and that is the issue here for the Edmonton Oilers in this series. Is LA holds home ice, and as much as we want to talk about it, the Oilers, they only have to steal one game in LA, and all of a sudden you just win all the ones at home like we did last night because LA is not as good of a team on the road. It all makes really good sense that it's all possible, but there's a little bit of flaws in that, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But as well, last night, a real team effort, right? You saw Connor Brown's double up. You saw Evander Kane have a roar back to life kind of night for the Edmonton Oilers, exactly scoring how Evander Kane should in the playoffs, and everything just seemed right about the Oilers last night, offensively, defensively, goaltending wise. Everybody's still going to pick that apart, so we're not going to worry too much about that. Again, friends, if you are new to the channel, well, welcome aboard. You're getting to see the new look playoff version with the Hamlin merch behind me here. Glad to have all that in tow for the playoffs. It was kind of long overdue overhaul of the jersey background, but of course, if you are new to the channel, also consider hitting that subscribe button. That's what I just flashed. I kind of missed my own cues. Don't worry about it. What do we know about the Oilers? Well, like I said, they won one on home ice, so technically, like we're talking, we only have to steal one in LA. That's been probably the plan ever since. It would have been nicer to steal one in LA and then just have to worry about wrapping it up in 6. But again, if the Oilers are truly going to do this year, and they plan on stealing it on LA's home ice, it will come down to Game 7, because I know we're talking pretty much going into this series, the one saving light for the Oilers was the fact that the LA Kings aren't a great team, one of the worst teams in terms of points discrepancy between home and away appearances in the NHL this regular season. And the LA Kings, they cooked through the first 2 games at home, and then, well, a wild west of a hockey game the other way against the LA Kings in Edmonton, and the Oilers come away with 7-4 victory. So what we know there is LA's about 425, 430 points percentage at other people's barns. Well, that doesn't give me the hope it should. Now, I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm not trying to sit here and say that the Oilers can't do this. But the issue is the Oilers, like I said, after game 1, you just have to be better. And despite having a winning performance, and you're saying, well, they need to be better than win. How can you be better than a win? There's nothing better in the playoffs. Well, there is, right? And it's just controlling your own destiny. It's controlling your own mistakes. It's controlling what the other team does to you on your home ice. And the Oilers, yes, they had some success with that, but they could have much better success with that going into the next game. Again, you just got to be better game in, game out in the playoffs. You get better as the playoffs go on. That's the whole rigmarole of this thing, what we learned last year, right? So if the Oilers aren't better in the next 2 appearances at home, this series, unless the Oilers really want to chance it, isn't going to come down as clear and cut pace to steal one against LA, because the LA Kings, despite not being great on the road, that's what I was saying a few seconds ago, they still won on the road this year. And if the Oilers, have, as we've seen many times this year, and I don't understand why people don't understand why I'm so hesitant to go out there and cheer for this team 100% blind faith this year. They have shown time and time again there is some drawback in their game. There is some, lapses that happen, And especially right now on home ice, down 2-1 in the series, the Oilers cannot afford a lapse of a game against the LA Kings that gifts them a win on Oilers home ice, because then you're really down to it. Because if you need to win one in LA, that means you need to win all three at home. So if you need to win two in LA, I don't see it happening. So for the Oilers, really what I'm thinking here after game number 3 is I'm again happy, elated, not belated, for the victory. Don't get me wrong there. It was a great time hanging out with one of my best Oilers friends down here in southern Alberta, and just enjoying it all night, seeing the Oilers kind of light up the LA Kings. Let's go. Who wouldn't like that? Now the thing is, we have to make it mean something, and that's been the Oilers' problem for most of the season. Again, last year, right when the Oilers decided they were going to get back into the playoff picture, they made it mean something by winning 16 in a row. The Oilers, at this juncture of the playoffs, yeah, they're down 2-1. I guess the matter of fact of how you got down 2-1 maybe doesn't matter as much, because you're only down a game, and a win tomorrow evens up the series and we're not panicking near as much. I understand that theory. The problem is those 2 wins came for LA on home ice, and if you gift them a win on your home ice, it very well could be lights out here for the Oilers. And trust me, you know what? Again, the Oilers, I was telling you I was out on them. I was good. I didn't need playoffs this year. It was kind of one of those things I was just going to be happy with ball season. The thing is, if the Oilers want to put up a fight, the Oilers want to go deep, I'm not opposed to that at all. Again, going to a Stanley Cup parade sometime in the end of June, when I might have some holidays booked anyway, let me tell you, would not be the worst way to spend them. So I'm not against it. I'm just sitting here saying the Oilers, if they're going to do something serious, they got to make it mean something, because there's going to come a point in these playoffs, whether it be this series against LA, whether this next series in the division, or whether it be the conference finals, or whether it be the Stanley Cup final, where there is going to be a key injury. Whether it's already happened to Mattias Ekholm or not, we don't actually know, but there's going to be a key injury to a star player who is counted on next year, and you're just going to make it harder for yourself next year. So for the Oilers, the big thing is right now they got to capitalize on this win in home ice, and it was great to see the Oilers fans going ballistic in Ice District last night. Again, the best thing that ever came out of this whole arena deal is the fact that there is something to downtown Edmonton now, and it is dang special between April and June the past several years down there. So a great vision by the Edmonton Oilers Entertainment Group, Daryl Cates, the city of Edmonton, and it has worked beautifully. I mean, if you haven't been downtown Edmonton recently, you got to get down there, because it is a completely different landscape on an April, May, June day than maybe it was about 10 years ago. And trust me, like, if you know my history, you know I've been down there 10 years ago. So yeah, it's incredible. But again, that is where the Oilers have to capitalize on that and really go out there and enjoy a renewed sense of hope maybe in this series. You know, you lose last night, it was probably going to be bleak, but pretty much every team that was facing being down 3-0. In fact, I don't know the result. I think New Jersey won. I think everybody won despite facing 3-0 down. So we have a brand new series here for the Oilers. But again, if I'm going to caution you anything, they just got to make it mean something, because you cannot have a lapse in Game 4 and gift the LA Kings a 3-1 series lead going home. I know Connor McDavid did some magic in 22. We know that happened, but I just don't know if we can count on that again as our only hope going into Game 5 if we're down 3-1. So the Oilers, again, they control their own fate here on home ice. If they have another game like they did last night, and Evander Kane and the depth and the star players are all contributing in very different ways, not to mention the power play, which finally struck for the first time in the series. Again, that is the key to the series. If the Oilers keep scoring on the power play, it's lights out for LA here. But again, that's where it comes down to. Make it mean something. Go in and don't have a lapse in Game 4. Tie the series up, and then all of a sudden we're right there ready to rock and roll going into LA. You steal one, you come back on the home ice, away you go. You lose one, you win one on home ice, you steal one in Game 7. The possibilities are still there. You lose tomorrow in Game 4, it's probably lights out in LA. So keep in mind what I've said. I'm not opposed to Kings in 5. I'm not wavering from that. Again, I would not mind to have my summer after what happened last year, to have full control of my summer and not worry about the Oilers. But again, the Oilers, hey, they know how to rope a guy in. They absolutely do. And that's what they did last night, winning that hockey game. So we remain to see what happens on Sunday night for Game 4. I look forward to hopefully heading on down to Main Street again, down there in Airdrie. That's kind of been the hub for me for these playoffs so far, and enjoying the heck out of, just enjoying the playoffs this year, not worrying about the live streams, because it's been a lot less stress on the old ticker, just sitting here watching it with some good friends so far in these playoffs. So friends, thanks for being aboard. I'm up on out of here. Enjoy yourself, your Saturday. We got a big game tomorrow. We'll get to it then.